It is the soggiest day ever. Anyways, working on stuff around here. Look at Annie. She looks like she went for a swim. Oh, look at this side. Just soaked. Hello, Mr. Wild. You have not rolled. You're the smarter horse. Gracie hasn't rolled either. I think Lena went down briefly. And Roni, as you can see, pretty wet. So he rolled. Yeah. Yoka did not, and Luke did. It's pretty wet on the top of his back there. Anyhow, up until right now, these guys were running around. And what was really, really fun to watch was... look at Luke, he is slick. Oh, is Annie. Oh, that was a good close-up of an almost kick. I didn't even mean to get that. But the way her and Luke are cruising around today is just the funnest. And Yoko's trying to be in there like a dirty shirt. She comes over and wants to cause some movement. She's got an idea of how everybody should be. But the movement that I'm interested in the most. Hello, Yoka. I'm just gonna pass through here if you don't mind a little bit. Excuse me. Coming through. Hi, you guys. You two are the coolest. Something happened. Hello, Luke. Hello, Yoka. No nibbling. Is this Annie's getting awfully tall too. I think she's just grown just a little bit. What do you want? Don't have any carrots or nothing. Anyways, her movement with Luke and his with her, so the way they kind of go together when there's trouble. Hi, buddy. Okay, let me just get by here. Oh, man, you're soaked. You must have, well, you could roll anywhere and get this amount of wet. Horses don't care. They don't mind at all, it seems. So now they've stopped though, so I'm kind of bummed out. I was hoping they would continue with their shenanigans. Gracie and Lena are as usual together. Roni's over there. He's been spending a bit of time with, she's mad at Roni, with Mr. Wild. So those two have been sort of paired up for a little bit. And then Lena and Gracie are just the usual co-grooming, hanging out, doing their thing. These guys are all sniffing the ground because this is where I did my experiment of whether or not Annie and Mr. Wild would share nicely or not. And they did for a while, and then it sort of finished off. See, Luke's gonna either leave, yeah, and then Annie goes with him all the time. Real close. Oh, it's a fluffer in the way. Look how Yoka. See, they've just been doing this for the last little while. She's like, your butt is my Kleenex. Thanks. Just clean my nose and my eyeballs. Oh, Luke got in trouble for a second there. Annie is the funniest. She's got such a personality, such charisma, such obvious cuteness. And Luke is just such a nice horse to have chosen to get along with. In case you're wondering, Annie's coming our way. What's going to happen with those two? Luke's tail is really going. He's kind of unhappy with this business. There's the back end. He says, I might kick you. Mr. Mr. Wells says, go for it. I'm so close, it won't even hurt. It's like if you get in a fight with somebody with a bat, get in really close because there's no momentum to the part of the bat that's... Anyways, don't get in a fight, but if you had to. Same thing with kicks from horses. The closer you are, the less it... What's Annie doing? She's playing with something over here. Oh. So soggy. Water's just draining off like crazy. It's been a nice warm day. Got some good... Hello, Annie. There's the soaking wet. Here comes Luke. Oh. He says, move it. Don't try to kick me. So that's a good... and she moved. So that's really good relationship these two have. As can be seen as they kind of go together a lot. Yoka's going to step in finally. Get people sorted out. It's you guys. Everybody... But these two have just been fascinating. I love watching them. That's a little close. Yoko's very keen to get some attention today. And he says, let's go. Travel on. And off they go like this all day long. And around. Oh, the barrels separated them out. See? Hi, Roni. How's it going, big guy? Oh, he says, just doing a drive-by. Thanks. Traveling with Gracie today. Think she'll come over? There's a low... I was just going to say there's a low chance, but there's a small chance there. So, yes, we've got some warmer weather. It hasn't snowed in a couple days. Well, whenever I was doing this test here, we got that Graupel is what it's called. It wasn't called hail. I learned a new word. Graupel? Graupel. It's a German word, supposedly. And so since then, it's been all right. And then today's been pretty warm, so everything is melting off. So we've got water aplenty everywhere. Horses don't care. They're rolling it anyways and wander around and run around and have all kinds of fun. And at least out socializing. I mean, if this was a pasture or something like that, I'd get asked a lot, where's your pasture? If I had a pasture right now, it would just be, well, it would be like it is way back there. It would be covered in snow. It'd be totally muddy. It'd be an absolute atrocious mess. And that would be that. Lena wants a little bit of Luke attention. I don't know if she's going to get any, but she's looking for it. And he's in the way. She might get it. She'll tell Annie where to go if she can. Or if she feels like she needs to. Although her and Annie yesterday, I put her and Annie out. And they did very well together. Her, Annie, and Mr. Wild were together. And I wanted to see what would happen and how they'd go about. And she did great. She really went with Annie quite well. So it really does depend on the crowd that's kind of together. Whew, when you see that big huge tail coming at you, you move. Nope, she's still gonna send him. Whoa. Gracie's come over for socialization. It's like, I don't know what to do. As always, Luke's in between two girls. Always. This guy has this problem all the time. This is an interesting situation. He's actually in between three in a way. In case anybody's wondering what everybody's looking at, he literally just went poop. They're all like, whoa, that guy's pooping. Horses are so interesting. And he's like, I'll check it out. Make sure everything's cool. Dr. Annie in the place. There is theory. There's theory about what... Oh, that's gross. That happens once in a while too. And I don't care. But there's a theory about why horses go around sniffing poop. It's to sort of determine the... Oh, what's going to happen here? He'd like to talk to Lena. Anyways, determine health or determine testosterone levels or stuff like that. Poop got sent. It's going over to the girls. So these three don't really do much. They just sort of generally take it easy. They don't get too involved in too much movement. Unless it's just the boys. Or if Gracie's sort of a little bit on her own. And today's just kind of one of those days where they're just going to probably... I mean, it is soaking wet. Let's go over here a little bit. Annie, that's enough. I've had enough now. Go on. It's weird. Okay. Send her away. It's strange. There's a lot of theories on that as well. Annie's certainly not hard done by for any food. And they eat the exact same food. Go away. We'll do something else. But I don't think there's anything that's really properly sciencey out there. There's just a lot of theories. I hear so many things thanks to having this channel and being around other horse people. Personally, if it were up to me, if I were to sort of determine that, it's just because Mr. Wild is quite a healthy young gelding that she spent a lot of time with. I put those two in as I was doing that experiment with the hay sharing. They had to stay in here for quite some time till the guys were done the pole replacement. And they did really well together. They went together quite nicely, and there was less of that chasing that kind of went on. So if I were to guess, it's much more about that kind of thing rather than some kind of nutrition thing. Just gotta try again. Should probably just scoop it up and take it out. Wheelbarrow's pretty close by. So I think it's a little bit more something along those lines. It's definitely not about vitamins and minerals and that crap. In my opinion, not very sciencey, I suppose, but I do know we have some facts. My horses all eat the exact same food. Nobody's special here. And the only differences that we can really tell are sort of hormonal based. He's got an itch on his back somewhere. Needs to have a friend who can help him out. He doesn't call groom so well, though. He might ask Yoko. But she doesn't look too interested. But these three are stuck together like glue, especially Luke and Annie, and those are the two I've been primarily watching. Really enjoying my time watching them. It stops me in my tracks. I got a billion things to do, as always, and then I end up stopping, of course. Oh. I don't know if she got him. She didn't get him, did she? She struck out. Problem is I'm staring at the screen instead of the horses. Making sure to... Oh. Let's pan away. Animal kingdom around this joint. What's really interesting is she kind of nibbles on the back of his legs quite a bit. She, and he doesn't stop her. He doesn't kind of get in her way or get too frustrated with her. But he can't do it to her. She'll try to kick him. I don't think they're looking at me because I'm not moving an inch and I'm not talking. There are the deer around here. Are they behind me, I wonder? Oh, they stopped paying attention to me. Nope. No deer. Oh, that's too much. Yoko says nope. I really like the subtle movements of Yoko, the way she kind of goes. It's like he gets mad as he leaves. Annie, don't do it. Don't do it. Stay away. Rather than chase her off, I wonder if I can just get her to stop through some movement. It's perfect. Great communication. Like I said, I mean, some of the subtle movements that horses do, we kind of want to do ourselves. We want to indicate that, you know, we're not going to allow something. And stopping, we watch Yoko do it all the time. She's perfect. We say no, and they respond, and then we settle down. We make our ears floppy, so to speak. We make our eyes softer. We relax our body. What are those two doing? I'll come a little this way. Oh, Annie moved. Good enough. And off they go again. So this is what I'm going to be sort of enjoying watching. I really like that Gracie and Lena get along so well. Can co-groom quite nicely together. It's fantastic. Roni's just a third wheel. Mr. Wild kind of makes his way in between. It's good. There's a big, huge puddle over in the corner that they like to play in, so I expect that's going to happen now. Mr. Wild's going to go over there and splash around after Annie. So that's today. Hopefully that's been a little bit interesting. Catch a bit of the horses. Oh. No luck. See, that's the tail. That's the first subtle movement. Like, stop it. She gives him a little tail slap. Says, no way. Don't do it anymore. And he's thinking. She's like, well, all he's doing is standing there. Maybe it's okay. And there they go. I've had a couple of people comment on if Luke is limping when he does that. He isn't. He's actually just lifting his head to get her to keep moving. He does not have a limp. It's an interesting action that he does quite often with a lot of horses. And he will, as he's going along, he's essentially nosing his nose up. So he's lifting his nose as he goes. And that appears to be, some people appears to be some kind of limp or something as he's going, because he's sort of half cantering. He's sort of trot, half canter, lifting his nose, and that's just what he'll end up looking like. Very, very common for him. No, this might start a bit of a run. Well, maybe not. So, oh, yeah, so this is usually what happens. Roni and Mr. Wild just sort of play. Nibbles and stomps and bites and lots of head movement until finally Roni's had enough, turns around and goes pretend to kick him, and then doesn't. But Annie playing with Luke, and Luke with a... Uh-oh. Oh, he was nice that time. He didn't come around. Usually he does. Okay, well, I do have to get on with more. it's been a big cleanup thanks to Mother Nature. Lots to do when it snows and she's out. And catch up on, of course, as some poops just get buried. Look at her. Nibble on the back of the legs. Here comes Yoka. I could just watch this all day. So, okay, well, we'll leave it at that. And I'll get on with stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next one.